Yo, what is going on YouTube? It's your boy Dan, aka aDrive. But guys, week 3 of the APA, the St. Louis Rampardos are taking on the Charlotte Charizards and General Tarheel in an epic week 3 showdown. If you guys missed our battle last week, I would definitely recommend going to check that out. It was a pretty cool battle, and I got to use MUSHARNA, and that's a Pokemon you don't see too often in Draft League Pokemon. This week, we got our work cut out for us, man. We're taking on Tarheel. He's a tremendous battler. I think I faced him once or twice in the past. I know I did beat him once, I believe, but it's been so long since we played, but he's definitely a really, really good battler. So we have our work cut out for us, as I mentioned. I'm going to recap the teams really quickly here, but if you guys could show some love, man, hit that like button down below for some Draft League content, and let me know your thoughts on the question of the day. Obviously, I run the WBE, which is another Draft League Pokemon. It's in Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee season, but I'm going to do Ultra Sun and Moon again in the near future, and I think I'm going to actually really step things up and have like an analyst team, a YouTube channel, a website, all this stuff. Is that something that you would find interesting? Let me know in the comments section below. I am using some shiny sprites as well, you'll see on the layout, so don't mind the shinies if they're not shiny. I'm still working on getting all the HD sprites, but that are nice and animated. But without further ado, let's talk about the teams here. So he's got a Mew, which is an incredibly bulky Pokemon and can really learn almost every move. There's two particular move sets I'm expecting. One is either a very physically defensive Mew set with like Will-O-Wisp and Roost, and the other Mew set is a nasty plot set, which would potentially set up, might even be carrying Vacuum Wave, which is very scary. I'm hoping actually for the defensive set, because the offensive set is very tough to deal with and can just beat my team. He's got a Nidoqueen, which is a pretty bulky poison ground type. I have Nidoking, so that's interesting. He's got a Dragonite, very important that I get Stealth Rocks up. If I see Dragonite, we can almost assume it's going to be Z Fly or some sort of Z move. If I get Stealth Rocks up, it's much less of an issue because we'll break its multi-scale. He's got a Registeel, which is a very bulky steel type Pokemon, typically seen with Stealth Rock and like T-Wave. Blastoise is his hazard remover, can rapid spin, very bulky in general. Incineroar, very nice pivot Pokemon, can use knockoff, kind of pivot around the team. Could also be offensive, so you got to kind of be mindful of an offensive Incineroar more so than the pivoting set. Whimsicott can just be kind of annoying, but I don't think it's that good in this matchup. But it can like use Encore and stuff like that. Gengar, if he brings it, I feel like it's probably either Substitute or Choice Scarf. Obviously has some pretty good coverage, but is going to have to rely on hitting Focus Blast, but it is a very good Pokemon in this matchup. Linoon, you may be like, Linoon? Linoon's very good. In fact, I actually had to dedicate a specific Pokemon in this matchup really just to Linoon alone, because it's so scary, but Linoon gets Gluttony Belly Drum, so it can use Belly Drum to, you know, maximize attack stat, and then it gets Extreme Speed, and it can boost itself back up with the Berry, be at full health, and be in a really good situation to sweep with Extreme Speed and Shadow Claw and things like that. He's got an Electrode, which I'm really not super concerned about, and then a Mega Heracross, which is a tremendously powerful wall breaker. Mega Heracross can just shred through teams, and it's very strong. So you can see the 6 I expect him to bring. Like, I can definitely see Dragonite, Registeel. Like, there's a lot of things that I could see him switching in, but this is kind of what I was thinking. I'm definitely expecting Mew, definitely expecting Incineroar and Nidoqueen, and we'll kind of see from there. So let's talk about my team and what I'm bringing. So you can kind of see, I'm going to kick things off with a physically defensive Sylveon. Sylveon is rocking max HP, max defense with Hyper Voice. I've got the Eye of Papa Berry on there, and that's specifically because I feel like it's designed to help me take on the Heracross. Heracross is going to fire off those multi-hit attacks like Rock Blast. He's going to multi-hit into my Berry. My Berry's going to heal me up and allow me to live the hit. I've got Heal Bell there for my team, Baton Pass for Momentum, and Toxic there primarily for Mew. I've got Lopunny here. This is a very unique Lopunny set, Fake Out Last Resort. I originally had a much different set with like Power Up Punch and stuff like that, and I changed it at the last minute here, because I really feel like Fake Out Last Resort can win this game. It's either going to be an amazing set and work super well, or it's going to do nothing. I'm not sure which. But Last Resort can two-shot Mew with Stealth Rocks up if he's defensive. It does give me a lot of damage output on things like Blastoise, like a one-shot most of his team outside of things like Registeel, which generally you don't want to switch in Registeel against Lopunny anyway, and he'd likely have like Protect or something for high jump kick. So we'll see if it works. I'm hopeful. Fake Out Last Resort's a really cool set, and I'm hopeful that it works for me. I've got Hydreigon here, which is rocking a Choice Scarf again. U-turn Draco, Fire Blast, Dark Pulse. Really helpful if he brings, you know, non-Scarf Gengar. Helps me against defensive Mew. I can outspeed that. I can U-turn around. Gives me a switch into like, you know, Incineroar and things like that. And I can just hit things pretty hard with Dark Pulse and Fire Blast and things like that. I've got Cofagrigus here, which has the Kasib Berry. You don't see that often, but the Kasib Berry is going to reduce the effectiveness of Ghost-type attacks, which means that I can take a Gengar Shadow Ball and actually one-shot it back most of the time with Shadow Ball myself. I've also got the ability to take a +6 Shadow Claw from Linoon, and then promptly haze or burn it or whatever I decide to do. It's a way to deal with Linoon so he doesn't just immediately sweep me there. Haze is obviously there for Linoon, Dragonite, things like that. Mew if it sets up. Willow just to whittle his team down, and then Pain Split for a little bit of longevity. But this thing is designed really for Linoon, a cool check to Gengar, and just to kind of, you know, maybe slow his team down a little bit. I've got my Krakatoa here, my Volcanion. I feel like Volcanion's just a good Pokemon in this matchup. It helps me against a handful of things. And I got the Shuka Berry there, which is going to be allowing us to take a Earthquake from a Heracross. It's going to allow us to take Earth Power from a Nidoqueen. It's going to be able to take us any type ground moves that he might be carrying, like an Earthquake on Dragonite. If he decides to go that route, we can Hidden Power Ice, Fire Blast, or Steam Eruption those Pokemon. Toxic is there for Mew. And then last but not least, I'm bringing Reptar here, which is our primary wall breaker this week. This thing actually wrecks his team if I can get it in safely. I outspeed a lot of his team. Fire Blast beats the Heracross. Earth Power wrecks a lot of stuff. The one good switch in he has this is really Blastoise and Mew, but I could really pressure those Pokemon and weaken him down and hopefully be able to beat him there. If he does bring Dragonite, I gotta get those Stealth Rocks up right away because I cannot allow that multi-scale to run rampant. It's very scary against my team if he gets a Dragon Dance up. In fact, he could actually just win the game, but that's where Hydreigon being Choice Scarf really comes in, as it will outspeed +1 Dragonite as well, but he could have extreme speed too. So you have a lot of things to keep in mind here in this battle. It's really gonna matter on what 6 he brings, and we'll just do our best to try to win. Really tough opponent. I'm looking forward to this match. Hopefully we can pick up a win here in week 3. So I'm gonna get connected, and we'll jump into the battle. All right, guys, we are connected with Ben, or General Tarheel. Let's find out exactly which 6 Pokemon he's gonna be bringing in this match. Again, I have a core strategy of weakening his team down, hopefully winning the game with low punny, but we'll see what he's gonna bring. And he's gonna actually bring a couple things I didn't expect. He's gonna bring the Whimsicott, he is gonna bring the Registeel. That does tell me that there's a solid chance, I'm just gonna use Shiny Sprites for these. That's a solid chance that, I wonder if that Mew is offensive, because here's the thing, like, if you bring Registeel, that tells me that Registeel is gonna have Stealth Rock, because really, it doesn't have Move Slot Syndrome, so Registeel's probably got Stealth Rock. Let me make a note here, Registeel, no Nidoqueen. He's got Whimsicott as well. I'm very surprised about Whimsicott, if I'm being honest. Like, that was definitely not something I expected. Did not expect the Whimsicott. Let's see here. Okay, so Whimsicott, he's got the Registeel, he's got the Heracross, Gengar, Blastoise, and Mew. So the Mew really, I really do feel like that Mew could very possibly be. I think I'm gonna lead with Volcanion here. It wasn't really what I initially planned to lead. I'd really planned on leading Hydreigon, but I think I like Volcanion as a lead because it can talk to the Mew and stop him from setting up. It can beat, you know, Registeel pretty well if he leads that. It could beat the Whimsicott. It could pressure the Heracross. Like, I actually feel like that's pretty good. So I'm gonna lead with Krakatoa here. My original plan was to lead Hydreigon, but I'm super nervous about that Whimsicott lead doing something weird. Whereas I like my opportunities to do something better with Volcanion against Whimsicott if he leads that, or Registeel if he wants to get up Stealth Rocks early in the game. So we're gonna lead Volcanion. He's gonna lead with Bug Lee, which is gonna be the Heracross here. So I have to make a decision. Do I stay in against this thing? You know, Mega Heracross, very scary, of course. He can Earthquake, he can Rock Blast me and knock me out if he Rock Blasts. If he Earthquakes, he does not knock me out. I'm kind of in a situation where I think I have to switch though, because this thing is so threatening. So I think I have to go into my Bella here, because I do not want to lose my Volcanion on the first turn. So he is going to lead off with that Heracross, and that is not the lead I wanted. I would have much rather Hydreigon been out here in this matchup. But we're going to go into our Sylveon here, and we're going to try to pressure him a little bit with Sylveon. This is going to be difficult to break through that Registeel Blastoise core. I just have a hard time with that in general. I'm going to have to really try to chip his team down. And I do think the Fake Out Last Resort set has a lot of merit in this matchup. A little scary though, because Whimsicott can kind of stop me with the Fake Out, but he's going to hard switch into probably Blastoise. He's going to go to Blastoise, okay? And we went right into Sylveon. So this is an okay situation for me, because I can probably go for Toxic, or I could Baton Pass out if he goes Registeel. So this isn't a bad situation for me. I feel like I could definitely see Registeel coming in, so I'm going to go for the Baton Pass here, just in case he decides to go Registeel. Because obviously there's not a whole lot I can do against Registeel. So he could just easily go Registeel here. But this is why I'm going to Baton Pass, because if he Toxic is fine, I can go into, yeah, we just get Registeel, or we just get King in, or I can go into Volcanion and Toxic. whatever. I'm trying to keep those rocks off the field. And, you know, I kind of lack of, like, Nidoking is probably my best wall breaker, but I'm hoping he just goes Registeel here. So he's going to switch. He probably goes Registeel. He's going to go to Steelio Girl. Okay, so this is actually really good for me. This is pretty much the situation I wanted. I'm going to go right into my, my Nidoking here. And this will give him an opportunity to potentially set up his Stealth Rocks. But I'm going to be doing a lot of damage to him. I do two-shot him with King. The only thing I could consider is going Volcanion against Registeel. I do think that I could go Volcanion and we can go for a Fire Blast, but I think Nidoking is the better play because I'm not threatened by Toxic or Thunder Wave. And I know that this Registeel is really an issue, and he doesn't really have a good switch into me just going for Earth Power. So I'm just going to go for Earth Power. I could also set up Stealth Rocks, but I'm just going to go for Earth Power. I think getting off damage on his team is more important at this point in the match. We've actually had a couple turns now, and there hasn't been an attack yet. Well, I used Baton Pass, but... So lots of switching. I'm going to get an Earth Power off. It's going to do probably a little over half. It does do that. He's physically defensive. He's going to go for Stealth Rocks. And that's fine. But I've weakened this thing, and again, this was one of the best ways for him to deal with, you know, my, whatchamacallit. I'm going to Earth Power again. I have no reason not to. Like, yes, he could go Whimsicott, but that's not a situation I'm willing to, like, mess around with. Fire Blast and miss. As much as I'd love to just knock him out here, I don't see him having anything to really heal this Registeel up, so I'm just going to go for it, and I'm going to get the KO, so that's good. So King kills Registeel with Earth Power. So we get rid of Registeel in exchange for Stealth Rocks. So I would say he's probably happy about that, because Stealth Rocks are definitely annoying for my team. But I just got rid of his Registeel, which was the main thing that was stopping my Lopunny from being able to do Fake Out Last Resort. So, like, I'm actually... Like, that was the biggest, like, thing to stop me there. So... if he goes Heracross here and tries to EQ me, actually he's not going to go Heracross, I'm faster. I could see him going Blastoise. I could definitely see him going Blastoise. I don't know, but I got rid of Registeel, so that was pretty good, because that definitely stops my Lopunny in its tracks. Lopunny's got a weird matchup. It's got a weird matchup, because that Whimsicott is kind of a tricky... The Blastoise, the Heracross, the Mew, they're all so bulky, so they can take hits from Lopunny, but I need to weaken him down. And I need to find out if that Gengar is Scarfed. He's going to go to Lion Turtle, so here comes the Blastoise. So, my play here is I got to just go straight into my, I think I'm just going to go Krakatoa here. Just go straight into Krakatoa. I'm going to take Stealth Rocks damage, but I'm going to be able to get him in. And I can promptly go for a Toxic and try to wear something on his team down. The best thing he could do to me is probably, you know, go for some sort of attacking move like Toxic or something. He's actually got Earthquake, but I've got the Sugar Berry, so not a big deal. So I don't know if he predicted that or if he was just going to hit me across the board there, but let's see how much that does. That does absolutely, like, nothing, so I'm okay with that. That's fine. So we see EQ. He burns my Shuka, which stinks, but I'm just going to go for Toxic at this point because I want to try to put this Turtle on a timer. This Blastoise is very difficult for my team to take down, and if if this engagement costs me my Volcanion, it's not the end of the world. I do feel okay at this point dealing with the Volcanion this way. So, or I'm sorry, the Blastoise this way if I can Toxic it. And his other switch-ins, you know, like, I don't think he goes Whimsicott here. I really don't see him going Gengar because if I went for an offensive move, that would be really kind of a tough prediction there. And he hasn't seen, I mean, he saw that I had Shuka Berry, so he knows, like, I'm not Scarfed or anything. I could, yeah, I don't know. I don't know what I see him doing here. I feel like if I'm him, I just Earthquake again, to be honest. That's what I would do if I was him, because you don't want to just go into, like, something and have it take a big hit. If he's defensive Mew, I could see him going defensive Mew here. But I'm thinking that the Mew is probably offensive, just because he brought Registeel. I just really feel like that Mew's got to be offensive. You free up the slot for it. Or it's physically defensive still to take it on. So I'm going to get my Toxic. I do hit it. Very nice there. You know, I'm going to be able to wear this Blastoise down a little bit with this Toxic damage, which is very good. He's going to just EQ again. That's fine. I really don't care if my Volcanion goes down. I'm going to be honest. It's really not a big deal. I'm going to take that hit, and now I'm just going to fire off a big hit on this Blastoise and just try to weaken him a little bit. So, I think I'm just going to go for the Steam Eruption here and just try to weaken this Blastoise. It could be an AV set. I'm at 47 out of 187. I don't think we Like, can I switch in again anyway? I mean, I technically, it's 25 and change. I'm just gonna let him knock me out here. I'm gonna go for Steam Eruption. I'll just let him knock me out. Wait, why was I faster? He might be min speed Blastoise, actually, now that I think about it. Why would he be min speed Blastoise, though? I don't know. Wait, why was I faster? Didn't I just go Toxic first? Volcanian's base, what, 70 speed? And Blastoise is 78, I think. I'm very confused. Maybe he's min speed. For Trick Room? Yeah, maybe he's like really low speed because of Trick Room. Or it's like a weird speed tie. I have no speed on this thing, so I'm just gonna Steam Eruption just for damage. And you know, my goal was to get this Blastoise weakened down, and we were doing that. So I don't know if it's too early to unleash low punny, but it might not be a bad idea just because this Blastoise is gonna be annoying. He's gonna switch, so I'm gonna get a Steam Eruption off something. I could burn something here. Here comes Floofer. That's gonna be the Whimsicott, and I almost Fire Blasted, which is crazy. Had I Fire Blasted, we would have been we've been feeling pretty good right now. But we're gonna get a Steam Eruption off. Do over 50% to the Whimsicott. I get a burn, and Whimsicott's down to about 40%, which is nice. I don't know what this thing wants to do. I'm just gonna stay in. I really don't have any reason to save this thing, so I'm just gonna stay in here, and I'm gonna go for another Steam Eruption. Had I Fire Blasted, that would have been like next level play, dude. But I got a burn, so that's not too bad. But that Blastoise is definitely, he could have Aura Sphere, actually. But he has Earthquake. I don't know what that Blastoise is trying to do. But it's clear he doesn't want to getting worn down. He's going to go for Energy Ball. I'm assuming this will knock us out. We're bulky, but we're not that bulky. So, does he have Life Orb or anything? Okay, so he knocks me out there. So I have a couple options here. I could go my low punny and go for Fake Out and just try to knock him out. I could go into my Hydreigon and go for U-turn. I just don't know if that's gonna kill Whimsicott. That's my issue, is if I go for a U-turn, I just don't think it's gonna kill, and I don't want to lock myself in a Fire Blast. I definitely don't want a Dark Pulse, so I think I almost have to go low punny here. Otherwise, something on my team is gonna take a hit, so I think I gotta go low punny. And we could Fake Out. He'll probably die to Fake Out. And then I'm in a situation where I can start Last Resorting, but that's just going to bait Heracross in. I don't think I have a choice. So I think I have to go low punny here. I don't think I have a choice. I think I have to. He's going to probably go Heracross, but I'm just going to Fake Out. I'll get my Mega off. I'll go for Fake Out. So let's fight. We'll Mega Evolve, and we'll Fake Out. And that'll get rid of this. He's going to switch, so I have to Fake Out either way, though. So he's going to probably go... He goes into what, Mew? Yeah, here comes the Mew. Alright, here's the question. Do I just go after this thing and just try to Last Resort now? Let's see how much this does. This is actually really important to see how much this does. He went right into Mew, which tells me that he's definitely defensive. Where's my low punny? And we're gonna do about... Oh, he's Rocky Helmet. So he's definitely defensive. I don't really care that he did that, though. Mega low punny. My Fake Out did 25%, so he's definitely not like fully physically defensive. I think I'm gonna go for the Last Resort and hope for the high roll, man. It's pretty risky. It's pretty risky though. Ooh, I don't know. Do I go for the risky play? Because he's in range where another Fake Out Last Resort could beat him, but it could cost me the game. He could D-Gleam here. I could see him D-Gleaming. I'm gonna go for the Last Resort, dude. I'm gonna go big plays here. Big boy plays, dude. This game could come down to this play here, but there is a chance we can knock him out, I think. Based on that damage, I think there's a chance we can knock him out here. He's at... I mean, he's... Did about 25%... Nah, it did like 15. I don't know. I think we're gonna just be short, but you know what? I'm going for it. I'm gonna go for it. Let's see how much this does. I think he's gonna live. Yeah, that wasn't even close. He goes to the Aura Sphere, he's gonna knock us out. Okay, I had a feeling he was gonna have something, but... So, not even close, and... Oh, I actually live, though! I actually live, which means I can pressure him with Blast Resort again. His Aura Sphere barely did anything to me. So I can Last Resort again and get a KO here, and we can trade Mew for low punny, which honestly isn't that terrible. It's honestly not that terrible. Alright. Lop kills Mew with Last Resort, and I'm dead. Mew kills Lop with Rocky Helmet. Alright, you know what? I'm not even, it's probably wasn't the best decision. But you know what? We take those. Alright, I really like Reptar here coming in. I see him going Blastoise, actually. I kind of like King Tut as well. I kind of like King Tut here. King Tut beats Whimsicott. It stops the Heracross. Doesn't really worry about that. It can take on the Gengar. Take on the Blastoise relatively well. I'm a little nervous about that Gengar still. I also like... I like Reptar here, but the Blastoise is a little scary. I do kind of like Bella. But if he goes Gengar, that's a problem. I'm going to go King Tut. I think King Tut is actually my best bet right now. This has been a crazy game, dude. This has actually been a crazy game. So, Lopunny manages somehow to take down his Mew. Ideally, he just goes Gengar here, and I just beat him. He's going to go Flu first. This is going to be the Whimsicott. But I can beat this thing with a Shadow Ball, I believe, with plus Burn. So I'm just going to go for Shadow Ball. And he can Moonblast me or whatever, but I can do some big damage to him with Shadow Ball here. So I think Hydreigon probably would have been the better option, but that's okay. The biggest thing right now is me beating that Blastoise, actually. That's actually a big problem. He's going to Moonblast, okay? I knew he had Moonblast. That's going to hurt. He gets a special attack drop, which actually might matter, because I don't know if we're going to knock him out now. That special attack drop is actually huge, because I think he's going to live now. Oh, I know. We got a crit. The crit matters, dude. Kofag kills Whims with Shadow Ball. Okay, I got rid of Whimsicott. I wish I had Fire Blasted earlier and just got rid of that thing, but... Blastoise is on a timer. Heracross is potentially coming in. Maybe he goes Gengar. I mean... I feel like he goes Gengar here and Shadow Balls. I mean, I'm just going to Shadow Ball. Even at -1, I don't really care. Nidoking can actually beat Heracross if he's not Substitute. Nidoking can beat Gengar if he's not Specs. And it can whittle down Blastoise. There's definitely a chance we can win this game. If he Scarf Gengar, I'm going to have a harder time, though. How much is my Hydreigon Fire Blast doing to his Scarf Gengar? Because I think I'm going to have to Fire Blast at some point. Half. Draco is actually the better play because he's going to hit everything, so we'll see. Here comes Bugly. Okay. He very well has knockoff on this thing. I am in a weird spot because if he substitutes right now, I'm in a lot of trouble. Does Plane Split go through substitute? This is very scary. You know what, though? I have Hyper Voice on Sylveon. I'm, like, not super concerned. I think I just Willow here. I'm going to Will-O-Wisp. If he subs, then, you know what? Pros to him. He's going to Mega Evolve. If he has Substitute, he very well has Sub, though. But Hyper Voice from Sylveon goes through the Substitute. And I'm pretty sure it's going to do a lot of damage to him. Let's see if he has Sub. He Rock Blast. Okay. He hits it. I'm assuming that's going to knock us out. Nah, we might actually live this. I should have Pain Split. I'm going to live. Hit this burn. Yes, dude. I just burned him. That was huge. That was massive that I just burned this thing. Absolutely massive that I just burned this thing. Because now Sylveon is like way more poised to do something productive here. I'm going to Pain Split just in case he misses something. But we saw Rock Blast, okay? I should have Pain Split. I would have been in a much better spot. But hey, you know what? I just burned this Heracross, so he's much less of a threat now. He's gonna Rock Blast, miss. Ah, dude, a miss would have been so big there. Okay. That's fine. Okay, now I gotta decide, do I go Sylveon here and Hyper Voice? Do I go Reptar and Fire Blast? I don't know. I don't know. I think Fire Blast kills though, but it could miss. Sylveon is way less important in this match, but it could give him a switch into his Gengar, which I don't want, but I don't see why you save this thing at this point. Yeah, but then I get Hydreigon, though, with Dark Pulse hitting Blastoise and stuff. I think I just go Sylveon here. I think I'm just gonna go Sylveon. We're just gonna Hyper Voice. If Gengar comes in, it's still gonna take damage. And I can pivot around. So I'm just gonna Hyper Voice. There's a chance he just goes Gengar here. I almost put Shadow Ball on Sylveon, dude. I almost did. But now this Heracross isn't really a threat now that it's burned. Well, it's less of a threat anyway. Obviously, he has a chance to crit those Rock Blasts, though. I wish I Pain Split, man. I would have been in a better spot, I think. But burning him eliminates him as a big threat. He's still a threat, though. Like, if he goes Gengar here, I think he has to make some switches. I have to just go for... He's going to Rock Blast. He hits it. But we should be able to take this, like, no problem. You can see how little it's going to do. So I'm sure Gengar is coming in, and then we got to decide what we're going to do against the Gengar. I'm going to Hyper Voice. This should knock him out. If not, Burn will. He's a very bulky boy, so that's fine. I'm just going to Hyper Voice again, and I'll potentially get my Papa Berry. So, actually, you know what I could do? I could take the hit and then Baton Pass and go into Nidoking or Hydreigon. I guess the problem there is if he Scarf Gengar and he Focus Blasts me, he wins the game. Nidoking comes in and could definitely pressure him, though. It forces him into Blastoise, at which point I get Earth Power. No, I don't want to do that. I don't want to do that. What do I want to do? Let's think about this play. If I Baton Pass, he's going to die. I can go to my Hydreigon, and then it's a situation where if he's Scarf Gengar, and if he's not Scarf Gengar, I kind of win. If he's Scarf Gengar and he hits Focus Blast, I lose. I can then just double into Bella, though, and find out what kind of set he is at that point, though. I kind of like that play. I do like the Baton Pass play, because I lose nothing by Baton Passing. Unless under some... Wait, he was faster, right? Why don't I remember if he was faster or not? He was definitely faster. Right? He was definitely faster, right? I'm a Baton Pass. He's gonna Rock Blast. Okay. He misses, which kind of actually stinks a little bit. But, Kofag kills Hera with Burn. Okay. I'm gonna go right into my Hydreigon now. He's gonna die to Burn. Alright. This puts me in a situation, though, where if he is Scarf Gengar, I can beat him, because he's gonna be forced to either Dazzling Gleam me, or Focus Blast me. And if he is Scarf, then I can at least tease that out right now. This is gonna be a close match, dude. Alright, I got rid of Heracross. He's down to Blastoise, which is Poison, and Gengar. Okay. I wanted him to hit the Rock Blast because it would have activated my Papa Berry, but he's gonna go OG Spook here. I have to just assume this thing is Choice Scarfed under every circumstance. So we're gonna hard switch out. We're gonna go to Sylveon. And if he does have Dazzling Gleam or he's Choice Scarfed in any way or any of that stuff, we go right into Sylveon here, and Sylveon just clicks Hyper Voice. And we just have to work around this. Because this is... It just comes down if he's Scarfed. If he's Scarfed, then I have to just play around it. If he's not Scarfed, then hopefully I don't throw this game away right now. I just want to find out if he's Scarfed now. He could be Colbert too. He's going to sub, so he's actually Substitute. That was the actually the worst case scenario right there, is he was Substitute because I had the game won. I actually just had the game won. If I had just had the game won, and he's going to be able to pull it back here, I think. I'm going to Hyper Voice. Wow, props to him, dude. He's sub. He was actually Substitute. Wow, dude. If I had Dark Pulse, we win. That's actually kind of a bummer. Okay, I have to go Reptar here. We have to break his Substitute with Earth Power. Oh, man. That was not what I wanted right there. That's not what I wanted. I think I could live a hit, though. We'll have to break his Substitute with Earth Power. I thought he was going to be Scarfed, dude. I really thought he was going to be Scarfed. Yo, props to him. He knew what his play was to win this game. I think I just lost because of that. There's still a way for us to win. It depends on his Blastoise set. Depends on some flinches, maybe. I could break his sub here, and then I could beat him with Dark Pulse. The problem is, he's got Cursed Body. He could Cursed Body our Dark Pulse, and we automatically lose, which would really be an unfortunate situation for me. He's gonna Shadow Ball. He's got Shadow Ball, he's got Sludge Wave. He Shadow Balls. It does a good chunk to us. I'm gonna go for Earth Power. I think I have to just Earth Power again, unfortunately. Or do whatever I can to break this sub. It's gonna be Cursed Body. I just have to not get Cursed Bodied on my Hydreigon, dude. Which really stinks. I have to Earth Power again. I really want to switch into Hydreigon and predict an attack here. But it's too risky, I think, to go Hydreigon right now. There's no way he Focus Blasts, though, and I don't think he subs again. I think he just goes for the KO. I'm gonna make a play. I'm gonna make a big boy play, dude. I'm going. He made a big boy play early. I'm gonna make a big boy play right now. Don't sub again, dude. Just Shadow Ball. Just Shadow Ball, dude. Just Shadow Ball. Just Shadow Ball, dude. He subs again, dude. Oh, dude. He wins. He wins because of that. He's gonna win because of that. Yo, good games, dude. He played really well. I can't hate on that. I don't think there's any way a U-turn breaks his sub. I have no way to break his sub, dude. U-turn doesn't do anything. I gotta go for Dark Pulse. I had to Earth Power there, man. But he was gonna just play for Cursed Body, dude. I'm gonna lose this game, but it was a close one, man. I had it, dude. If I had just Dark Pulse with that Gengar, but I was so concerned it was gonna be Choice Scarf. He does have Dazzling Gleam. Nothing I can do there. That's gonna knock me out, I'm sure. And he's gonna win the game. There's no way for me to beat him at this point. Shadow Ball's gonna win. So props to him, man. He plays a really good game there at the end. He bluffs it. Gengar kills Hydra with D-Gleam, and then Gengar kills Nido with D-Gleam. So we had a way to win it, man. I made some bad plays, but GG's to him, dude. Good bluff on Scarf. Yeah, it was all that Scarf bluff. If I had Dark Pulse, dude, but like, he knew that I had to I said at the beginning, too, he's either going to be Substitute Gengar or he was going to be Choice Scarf Gengar, and I really thought he was going to be Choice Scarf just based on this matchup, dude, but I had the game, dude. I had the game, but you know what? There was no way for me to know. There was no way for me to know that that was what the set he was. Like, I really thought he was going to be, obviously, you know, not Substitute. Like, I thought he was Choice Scarf. But props to my man Tarheel, dude. We're going to take a loss, which definitely stinks. But you know what? We'll try to bounce back next week, guys. Thank you so much for watching. It was a really good game. So I'm going to get the heck out of here, guys. Have an awesome rest of your day. I'll catch you guys next time. Peace.